Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Gabriel Moore, and I am senior partner here at ActionCOACH Vanguard here in Central Iowa. Today, I have Kimberley Jackman, the owner of Firefly Wellness, as my guest. We're going to be talking about her business, her journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on this channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. Kimberley, welcome, and thank you for being here today. Please, if you would, give us a brief overview of your background and tell us a little bit about your business.
Awesome. Thank you for having me on. This is really fun. So Firefly Wellness was created just a couple of years ago. Prior to that, I had a business called Coached by Kimberley. So I've just kind of, segued into different businesses over the years. Firefly came about after years of working with women one-on-one in personal training. So I've been in exercise science for about 20 years and absolutely love it. But I also realized over the years that exercise isn't everything, and neither is diet. So it's time to, get some of that mindset approach and help people out. So, we just kind of got into helping people and energizing people to be motivated to make changes that are more lifestyle habits than just an exercise routine.
Yeah, a little open-ended. I love it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to set the stage kind of for the viewers and or listeners, if you're listening. What role? Tell us a little bit about the role that you currently play inside of your business.
So I am a board certified wellness coach and an ergonomist, which an ergonomist is ergonomics. That a lot of people don't know what that is, and it kind of sounds like agronomy, which is agriculture. So they're not the same thing, just so you get it straight.
Right.
An ergonomics person has a good chair, for instance, a person who does ergonomics, we set our computers up properly. We're stretching at our desk, So
I need to do that.
yeah. So it's a really big thing because people have worked from home for many years since when COVID hit. The pandemic put everybody back in their homes. And so that really put a light bulb on for me. And as far as my place in the business with my specialty in ergonomics, I thought, why not create an ergonomics part to what I'm already doing, which was exercise and nutrition, and then of course the lifestyle coaching. I think the ergonomics just rolls right into that, and it would give us an opportunity here at Firefly to get out and talk to employees and employers about getting healthy at your desk, and whether that's even buying some office furniture or whatnot, and even at home. So yes, I have done ergonomics for, I don't know, between 12 and 15 years. Yeah, and it was really fun back in the day. I did it in a corporate world, and I just learned back then about video, because even back then there was, small videos on your phone or taking pictures. Yeah.
And so so when you were doing the video stuff, elaborate on that. Do you mean like you were making videos for the how to be ergonomically correct? And what do you mean by that?
Actually, no. I asked the clients. So I worked with a corporate company where their employees, we had 5 branches all over the US, and their employees would need ergonomics help. And obviously they weren't going to fly me out to do a half-hour, program with someone. So we would have them at first do picture taking, and then as it progressed, we got to where videos were a thing, and you could video, like the husband or wife would come in and videotape the person in their office, because a lot of these had branch offices or they worked from home before the pandemic. So this was like 2013, 2014, 2015. And I was very dialed in even back then with learning how to create a healthy workstation with a picture of somebody.
I need you to take video of me then, because it's sitting at this desk and I got to get my shoulders back. They always hunch forward, right? I'm trying to get one of those posture things. I don't know.
It's all about posture. You're exactly, you hit the nail on the head. Posture, posture, posture. I mean, if we tilt and we sit back, we're so used to perching, and it's
perching. And then it's like what I'm doing right now.
You got your phone in front of your face and you're looking down, so you got the neck thing. And
I love that you call it perching. I never even thought about that. That's going to be dominating my mind. Okay. So when you look at your role, how many hours do you spend working in your business as opposed to, like the job? And then how many hours do you work on your business, like strategy, planning, growth, et cetera, stuff like that?
Well, thanks to you guys, I've actually been doing a lot more on my business and spending time behind the scenes, getting some of those foundational things focused on a little bit more. Because I just kind of have this personality where I just run with it, so I don't really even think about the money or the pieces that I might need to train somebody in down the road. So I'm really spending more time doing that, and I'd say it's been upwards of 10 hours a week really working behind the scenes, whether that's on website design and creation content a little bit. And then of course in the business, I'm in the business all the time, networking. I have people come here. This is private training and those kinds of things. That's pretty
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
And the hours that you work on your business, do you see that as you weren't necessarily doing it as much before, but as you've worked into that role, do you to feel the difference that it makes when you start to work on some of those things?
Yeah, I think it takes away a little bit of the anxiety, around, oh gosh, one of these things I learned from Les Brown was it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to get an opportunity and not be prepared.
You got to be
And
hungry.
yeah, you gotta be hungry. Yeah,
You got to
he's
be hungry. I
Les
love
Brown.
that
He's
one,
awesome.
yeah.
So, I've thought that way with this on your business and in your business kind of mentality.
Yeah.
So if I'm working more on it behind the scenes, if something comes my way, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to have that presentation already prepared when the person's ready to hire me. I'm going to have my profit and loss statement ready when my tax guy says you need it tomorrow. I mean, at least some of that, which, I've let months go by and not spend time on those things. So kind of
Sure.
part of owning a business.
Yep. Yep. And actually, we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit more as we get going here. So who primarily does your business serve? Like if I were in the audience, how would I know if I was a good fit for your product or service?
I would say now small business is technically anybody under 500 employees, but that to me isn't small. You know,
Sure.
even though that's technically what I believe
Yeah.
small business means, I would say probably more of like small to medium sized groups where they can afford something, or they're getting into that mindset of health, and they're looking to build some benefits for their employees that are just, something special, something different. They're having retreats every quarter, or, some kind of self-improvement where, they're looking for something like that. And I would be a great fit, whether that's probably at least 10, 15 employees and beyond. So
Okay.
the big boys, though, that are up there in the 1,000 employees, we just aren't at that level right now to be able to
Sure.
handle something like that.
Gosh,
But
I can't even imagine the amount of money that you could save a company for getting just the ergonomic set into motion, where the back pain goes down, oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine. That would be incredible for a company to have something like that. So I could see that for sure.
yeah, thank you. I agree. I mean, that's the thing. You're hoping to work with people that kind of know a little bit, because unfortunately in my business, the ROI is not real. There's not like a specific money right behind it.
Sure.
We know what pain and suffering the loss is. There's a
Mhm.
loss there for absenteeism and those kinds of things, but to prove the benefit is much harder in this kind of world. There's just the financial part. The ROIs are those soft kind of areas, if you know what I mean. Someone's
Yeah,
mental
I
health,
do.
those kinds of things.
Okay. Well, what makes your business unique? Why would customers or clients choose you?
We are passionate about what we do here. It's not just a, burn and turn or turn and burn type of business. We build relationships with people, and actually my clients become my friends. So that's the difference here, is that, we're looking to come in and offer some value above and beyond the financial part, and be able to continue to stay connected to people beyond the money. So I appreciate that, because my clients know that too. And I think that's what's changed us and helped us create long-term relationships with people and
Sure.
businesses. Yeah.
Awesome. What is one thing you wish more people knew about Firefly? What's one thing you wish that they just knew more about you?
Well, like I said, I think a lot of it is the benefits of investing in a program like we have here. There's a lot of benefits, again, that we just don't always see on the outside. Like if you buy and sell things, you see right then the financial gain, right? I mark something up, I sell it, I make $10 on each
Click,
item.
click,
You
click,
you
right.
see that. You see
Yeah.
that return on investment. With ours, we don't have a number quite like that. Instead, you see productivity go up. You see efficiency change, decreases in doctor's visits, absenteeism, maybe more.
Well, I'm sorry, for a larger company that's tracking their KPIs correctly, they will see that. They'll be able to measure that progress, which
That's
is,
awesome.
yeah, absolutely. That's great. That's great for you. I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off. That was a mental hiccup there.
No, it's okay. You're probably right. You're thinking about those areas where I don't tend to think that way as much, analytics. But I do get excited about getting in and just helping people and create more just self-esteem building people's emotional fitness up, building their life satisfaction up, working where they want to work, because employers are creating these benefits that people are engaging in, and it's exciting for the employee too, that they have an employer that's like, they care about me.
Right. It's such a powerful thing. I've got other clients that have to deal with that, right? You got suddenly the employees are looking at the owners that are doing something about their business, and they're like, man, they really care.
Right.
Nailed it. You nailed it. That was a great way to put that. Well, that actually kind of leads me into marketing, Kimberly, because it's marketing, as you and I both know, it's something that's vital to every business out there. And often it's an area where business owners struggle with sometimes. Right now, from what you've been doing, what's your number one marketing strategy that has brought you the most business so far overall?
Be absolutely networking and word of mouth. They're the We know that that's the way it's been forever and ever. And I just say, now that we've gotten out of COVID and we're able to get back into meeting with people and having coffee chats and evening drinks or appetizers or whatever, to have a conversation with people, it really makes a difference, because they get to see you and feel you right here, right now. And I
Right.
think that's how they can decide on an employee or a business, because they're not just going to the yellow pages or Googling something, which is awesome for certain things. But it's just like your doctor. You really just don't want to pick somebody out of the phone book, right? Or,
Right.
Google book,
The Google book.
the Google book. And I love that, because I get to go and actually meet people and hug people and talk to people and get to know them that way. So I would say that's been for me the best marketing. Joining the chambers, joining my neighborhood community groups, um, supportive things that other people have told me about.
On the grand scheme of marketing strategies, networking falls on the high end of the most successful marketing strategies of all time. You really did nail it with that. Becoming part of your community is just going to have compounding benefits, no matter which way you do it. As long as it's to build the community, you're going to be great. What a great example of a great marketing strategy.
We try to do social media as much as possible too, and
Sure.
and there's an email list as well. I'd say are real good. So email lists, luckily, are owned by you, right? The business.
Right.
Where social media is owned by Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So if I can get your email, that's probably going to be the best way for me to also target you and market with you.
Sure. Yeah, that makes complete sense. We spent a bunch of time focused on like business and sharing a few best practices for the audience. Let's take a step back a little bit and let's dive into the journey of your journey a bit more. Why did you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed to working for someone else? I mean, what was that transition like for you?
Well, fortunately, I guess I have this entrepreneur spirit. I've owned businesses on and off since I was probably about after college. I'd say I was 27 years old, and that was because I got married. At that time, me and my husband were very interested in getting into business. He had started some remodeling. We got into some real estate. But to get into the exercise was really after having children and realizing there was some weight loss I wanted. I wanted to change some of my habits. And as I started looking at these little people and how I could be a role model, I knew I needed to make some changes. And then I read a book from Kevin Trudeau. It is called Natural Cures, What They Don't Want You to Know About, something like that. And it just changed my life. I cried, I laughed, I cried some more, and I immediately started getting white flour and white sugar out of my house. And it changed my whole way of looking at life and looking at, obviously living. I had got a degree in communications and had worked as a journalist and have that background in writing. And I just kind of started writing stuff about health and wellness. And because the two kind of married each other is what happened when I got into health after teaching the exercise classes. I was asked if I wanted to, after going to the classes, I was asked if I'd like to teach a class. Then from teaching the class, I was asked, would I like to take over the entire class? And then from that, it turned into, wow, this little corporation or this little foundation is making a lot of money off me and I'm making XYZ.
Yes.
I put some numbers together and I'm like,
Yeah.
does anybody got a church that I can go teach some classes at?
Very nice. That's amazing. Yeah, well, it's the journey, right? I mean, when you look, what's been the most memorable roadblock roadblock or hurdle, either one that you were challenged with, that you were forced to overcome in your journey?
I would say a couple. One was my divorce because I did own a gym, and the divorce and the recession of 2009, was it 8, 9, 10? I know that it was in that
Yeah.
area.
Yep.
I had to close down. I had to close the gym and go find a full-time job because I had been running a gym, being a stay-at-home mom, had some investments, had a lot of different things going in the works. And it was hard on me. It's hard to let all that go. I had to let everything go at the same time. I had to get rid of the properties. I had to get rid of the gym, and I cried my eyes out. But I had to either make the mortgage payment or the gym payment. And I couldn't live in the gym with 2 kids. So I had to do that. So that was a big change. I got a corporate job. That lasted almost 8 years. So I worked from 2010 to 2000. The day after Christmas, 2017, I got let go from that corporate job where I was the ergonomist and kind of wellness coordinator for that company. And it was a sad day. And I'd say that's another one. And that was, 2018, here we are, January of 2018, I'm on unemployment. I'm, meeting with people that I knew that worked there as well. And we were all struggling, figuring life out. None of us had jobs at that point. It was pretty sad. And what I did is I was making meals at my house, having warm soup, because it was January, February, March, and inviting those people to my home so that we could all work together and help each other get through that really suffering time. And we did it a few times, and then people started getting jobs. Things would come out, and people were changing their lives too. They went from working as like actuarial or finance to, I think I'm going to be a postman or a postwoman.
Wow.
Yeah. So
What a
that's when I
wild
went, why in the heck not start telling people, hey, I got a basement. You want to come work out?
Right. What a cool transition. That's okay.
I had no choice really. And I was looking for jobs, but nothing was really happening. So then I just talking to people at the grocery store and looking at their carts and giving them advice on what to buy.
Hey, listen, I'd say that a lot of business owners out there can relate to that experience. Not necessarily the experience, but the experience of not feeling like they have a choice. Like it's either they need to do this or go back to the corporate environment. And they're like, I'm done. I can do this better than what I was doing before, blah, blah, blah. Might as well make some money at it, right?
Yeah, I was open and willing to do some other things, but
Right.
I think it just kind of landed in my lap too. And as I said, having that background of, even my mom was really into entrepreneurial life. She did a lot of things that were, just tackling the world on our own, and working part-time jobs too, but not
Yeah.
having to work a 9 to 5 every day or an 8 to 5 or whatever. I
Yeah.
just, I realized I really didn't have to do that if I wanted to try a different way.
You had a choice.
That
It's like,
choice.
do something different. That's
Yeah.
so. Where do you see yourself in the next? Where do you see the business in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years.
Yeah, 3 to 5, roughly.
I'd like to see this business have a couple of employees,
Very good.
be teaching classes maybe throughout the metro, and holding retreats possibly for women with yoga. So I would really got a future of excitement for things to kind of change. It's not going to stay the same. I mean, we're where we are, but we clearly know that life is, change, and it's going to come. So I'm
Right.
excited for that. Who knows? There could be another coach down the road besides myself,
There you go.
or an ergonomics specialist besides myself that could go off and do some ergo if we have enough business to keep us busy.
That would be definitely coincide with letting the operator go and transforming into just the owner, right? I mean, that's a good futuristic step, and depending on what exactly you want to do in the rest, but that's great. So, we covered a lot of ground in our conversation today. For those who are watching, I highly encourage you to save this, come back a few times for an additional watch. There's lots of great nuggets that Kimberley has shared with us. As we begin to wrap up, though, Kimberley, I got a few rapid fire questions for you. Quick top of head answers for each of these. Okay. So, like maybe 1 to 5 words or a sentence. You ready for this?
Okay.
All right, here we go. What is the key to success for you?
Being fearless.
Love it. I love it. Good. What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Have faith that things are going to be okay and that the universe has got you.
The universe has got you. That's gonna be a highlight reel right there. That's so good. What is one book you are reading now or have read most recently?
I am reading The Body Keeps the Score.
The Body Keeps the Score.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Very good.
And I'm just still finishing up on Atomic Habits.
Very good. Very good.
I've only got like a chapter left there.
Don't worry, it'll be done tonight, probably. If you had to choose only one area of your business you could immediately improve tomorrow, what would it be?
Well, there's a lot of things, but one thing I would say tracking my finances would be best, and looking at growth, like the future of the business. You ask me those questions and it makes me a little nervous. I know I want to see it. I want to see it, but it's like, how am I going to get there? Just talking the talk isn't doing it.
Right.
I have to walk it. I have to look, project it.
Yeah, you got this thing in the back. What is it? The biggest risk you could take is to do nothing. It means take action. Don't just talk about it. Don't just think about it. Take action. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I could work on that part with the financials and the planning ahead for employment, other employees, I should say, or a contractor, some type of thing like that.
Sure. So before we get into the final question of the day, how can others learn more about you or your company? How can they get in contact?
My business is fireflywellness.us. That's the website. My cell phone number is 515-210-9858. You can text or call me. I love having discovery calls with people to learn more about their stories. So I'm always open to that. And my email is also on my website.
Excellent. Is there any social media link or any
Oh,
direct?
yes. I forgot. Yes, let's do that as well. Kimberley Jackman at LinkedIn, Firefly Wellness on Instagram and Facebook.
What is most inspiring to you today, Kimberly?
Inspiring in what way? Like in life or this
In everything,
conversation
yeah.
or what?
Yeah, in everything. What is most inspiring to you today in this part of your life?
Knowing that I am capable of more and really just being able to, again, go back to that faith. I feel like it's perspective too, right? Just how I see life. I can see negative. Someone can pull out in front of me, or, I was supposed to take that turn and they got it first, and I can be mad about it, or I can be thinking, that's okay, take a breath. Maybe they were late for something. Maybe there's a reason why I'm supposed to take a 2-second break or sit back. Who knows what might be happening if I was the one going first. Things happen all the time that we don't know why, but to look at a different perspective, I'm really working on that.
That's a good strategy and great advice for anyone out there that is kind of, maybe dealing with that on a daily basis. As we wrap up, Kimberly, I just want to say thank you. This has been an amazing spotlight on your journey as not just a business, but an owner as well. And you know me, I'm deeply grateful you allowed me to look under the hood with you to learn more about you and Firefly Wellness. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how you and your business take it to the next level. This has been, yeah, thank you. This has been Business Spotlight with Kimberley Jackman of Firefly Wellness and your host, me, Gabriel Moore, with Action Coach Vanguard. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Kimberley, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.